Hello, everybody. This is my introduction to the BED5310 Cross Linguistic Pedagogies course. I will first start talking about a little bit about me. My name is Evelyn Licon. I always knew I wanted to pursue a career in education. Therefore, I first graduated with an associate's in teaching back in December 2021. And then I graduated with the bachelor's in education, EC through 6 generalist in 2024. I would like to share that I am a first generation graduate, and growing up as an emergent bilingual myself has driven my motivation to continue learning about how to best support my emergent bilingual students. So, I currently work at Douglas Elementary in El Paso, Texas as a third grade teacher. I am a dual language teacher that facilitates instruction in the English language but also supports my students in their home language. Outside of school and work, I am married. I am also a proud mom of two amazing boys that are 5 and 7 years old. They are what mainly motivates me into being the best version of myself and also setting a good example for them. I currently don't have much time for hobbies, but I have realized that my current hobby is running because it has helped my mental and physical health. For the introductory video, I decided to focus on understanding terms, not only because I feel like knowing these terms is essential to be successful in the course, but also because I think it is very important to understand these terms as an emergent bilingual, as a teacher of emergent bilingual students. I'm sorry. So the first term I would like to focus on is cross-linguistic connections. this this term is it just means that you're finding similarities between the two languages. As a teacher, it is important that I understand these similarities so that I can help my students when they're bridging and making connections. The next term I would like to focus on is transfer. This is when a person applies the knowledge that they have from their first language and then they transfer that into the language they're learning. We have to understand as educators that the first language serves as a foundation for students learning because they're able to draw on what they already know and grow from that. The next term I would like to discuss is contrastive analysis. As the introductory video states, it is a systematic comparison of languages that helps anticipate learning challenges and inform instruction. As a teacher, this understanding how to compare systematically languages can help me better reflect on my teaching, better analyze data, and also anticipate students' errors, which means that I can provide a more equitable instruction to students to ensure that they succeed. Last but not least, I would like to talk about translanguaging because this is when individuals use their full linguistic repertoire to communicate more effectively. I would like to share that in my classroom, I do have I have a clear stance of a translanguaging pedagogy because I know that recognizing the interconnectedness of languages instead of looking at their first language as a barrier can help support their learning and overall growth. So now I will move on to talk about the two videos that we watched this week and and what they communicate to me as a teacher of emerging bilingual students. The How Do You Pronounce video has helped me understand that pronunciation can vary depending on phonology of the student's native language, region, and linguistic background. It has also helped me understand that having an accent does not mean a student lacks knowledge. And as a teacher, I think that it is very important to value the students' linguistic repertoire and accents because it creates a safe learning environment where the students can feel a sense of belonging and can also feel safe. In the video Linguistic Baggage, Modi does a very good job in explaining how students already come with a linguistic repertoire. Therefore, it is important that as a teacher, we recognize the patterns that students use in language to better support their learning. And I do want to share that in my classroom, I'm able to observe this behavior every single day. I can observe how transfer happens naturally when students use grammatical structures from their first language and apply that knowledge to communicate in language too. So, like for example, a student may say, "I have 8 years," instead of saying, "I am 8 years old." So, what they're doing is they're using the syntax of the Spanish language and using that to communicate in English. I would just like to close off my presentation by discussing a few things. So, emerging bilinguals, students' linguistic repertoire is a powerful tool. It is not a barrier, and I can use this tool that I can support their language development. In addition, through a clear translanguaging stance, I'm able to create an inclusive and safe learning environment for my students that provides an equitable instruction. And last but not least, I am excited to learn from all of you and continue learning how to better support my students. Thank you for watching.